This is our introduction to probability video. So probability is like the chance of something happening. So I like to think of it as what you want to happen over all of your total possibilities. So look at example 1, probability of rolling a 5. Well, remember there are 6 sides on a die, so the total possibilities are 6. And the number of ways to get a 5, well, you can only roll a 5 one way, and that's to actually roll a 5. So that's why we have 1 over 6. We can write probability as a fraction, a decimal, or a percent. Okay, number 2, roll an even number. Well, think about a die. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are your options. Even, even, even. So you have 3 possible even numbers out of 6 total possibilities would reduce to a half or 0.5 or 50%. So what about rolling a number less than 5? Well, again, we have options 1 through 6. So total options are 6. How many numbers are less than 5? Well, 4 of them. So I reduce to 2/3, change that to a decimal or a percent. What about the probability of rolling a 2 or a 3? Well, there are 2 options out of 6, or 1/3, 0.33, or 33%. Again, depending on how you want to write your answer. What about the probability of rolling a 7? Well, if your options are 1 through 6, the probability of rolling a 7 is a 0 because it cannot happen. What about a probability of rolling a number less than 9? Well, all 6 numbers are less than 9 out of 6, so that's a 1 or a 100% because it's definitely going to happen. When I roll a die, it's definitely going to be less than 9. And so these are kind of the rules of probability. And this is how we just did it. The number of ways something can occur over your total possible outcomes. You'll notice that probability is always going to be between 0 and 1, inclusive. 0 means it cannot happen. 1 means it's definitely going to happen. But usually our probability is somewhere in between those two. And the sum of all probabilities is 1, meaning if we're talking about rolling a die, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The probability of rolling a 1 is 1/6. The probability of rolling a 2 is 1/6. The probability of rolling a 3 is 1/6, and so on and so on and so on. Well, if I add all of those together, I get 6 out of 6. So the sum of all of the probabilities in a particular set would be just 1, right? Or 100%.